Now, in the contributors letter, which is still available if you want to become a contributor, there's a lot of good stuff in there that's going to help you understand how to deal with September. September is a very unique month, and some things that are going to happen within the next couple of weeks, just seasonal things, are going to have a lot of impact on this market and how this market trades. Kramer was out there today already pumping WFC, which is Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo up 7.5%. They already took their write-off, or mentioned tonight after hours that they're going to take their write-off on the GSEs, on Fannie and Freddie. I guess, get out the bad news while everybody's, happy and partying, and just, go on about it. So I think you're going to see a lot of institutions try to get away with that over the next few days. But somebody's going to run into some liquidity problems, and this is going to turn around pretty quick. So keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on how the Qs do. And if we break into the 48 area, up here, this is a whole new ball game. With the Dow Jones 30, if we break these flags and they break up, this breaks over 12,000, it's a whole new ball game. We're looking at something, completely different rally mode, but I don't know that we're there yet, so we're going to have to see what happens. At this point, look for these rallies. As this rally matures, it should go on. It should go up. A healthy rally should go up on advancing volume. If these rallies start to run into resistance, what I mean by resistance is like this red trend line over here. If they start to run into resistance, the volume starts dropping. Be ready with your short positions. Be ready with your puts, because I think you're going to see a downside move pretty quick if that happens. I figured I'd throw a couple names out there for you. One interesting one, real quick, is Dell. Dell is one that we'd been tracking on the bearish side in late August, saying this thing looked like it was going to break down. Dell did break down really bad from up there around, I don't know, $26, 26 something down to 20. So it took a massive loss. Now the Dell CEO picked up 4.88 million shares over the last couple days, September 4th and September 5th. Not only that, we've got, a waterfall cascade, on big volume over here. And it's pretty close to, these ascending, this is called an ascending wedge. And these ascending wedges, they retrace their base. So this is pretty close to retracing its base. I would say this is a stock that is probably going to participate in any kind of a move that might come. Now, interestingly, today, a lot of the big tech names didn't participate. Like Google didn't participate, Oracle didn't participate. But I think Dell, especially on that news, this is a stock that you could probably run anywhere from 22 to 23. It may partially fill that gap all the way up to 24. So you're looking at, between 10 and 20% for, a week or so, maybe. So Dell, keep that in mind. Like I told you, retail, we've been all over retail. CHS, Chico's Foss. I'm not sure what this is about. I don't have kids, so I'm not sure. But a lot of green volume over here. W bottom over here. You can see the W bottom. The second bottom in mid-August did not reach down as far as the first one in July. That's good. Big volume picked up. Had a little doji star right there. Very nice. And it's very close to a technical breakout, which I would assume, is pretty much above this $7 level. So it's getting there. It was up 5.5% today, and I think this is one to keep an eye on still. I think it's still very, very viable. I can run to about 850 pretty quickly. CPSL, this is a specialty metals. They do a lot of business. I think they do most of their business in China. So I'm not sure how much, the whole commodity thing is going to affect CPSL in particular. But again, we have a descending wedge here, and these are always, when you have these wedges, they're always, think of them as the opposite. When you have a descending wedge, it's actually a bullish thing when they get down to their apex. And I'm going to show you on, let's say, 1 hour chart. You can see this is the apex over here. You can see it's come down to the apex. It's tested that bottom there around 450. I'd say as long as it holds 450, this thing has a good chance of rallying. Same thing, they retrace their base. Their base, in this case, is up here around 550 or so, 560. So this could see a nice run of $1, so 25% or more. One thing I want to show you real quick is the 3C chart. This is a 1 minute chart. This thing is going crazy. It's a leading positive divergence. A lot of it looks like a lot of buying was happening here towards the end of the day. Again, another positive leading divergence, because this blue line should be making lower lows with price. Instead, it's making all new highs. So that's a leading divergence, which signals accumulation. This is my personal, custom indicator that I wrote, and it's available to you if you want to try it out through Blocks or Telechart. I am an affiliate for Blocks and Telechart, so go to my site, use my link, and shoot me an email, and I'll show you how to use these guys. Refiners, they've been going crazy. Their input cost is going down as oil goes down. Here's another one of these things, a descending wedge, WNR, and this was Mike on the tag board brought this one, WNR, really nice refiner. So you can see that it's getting pretty close to its target, which is going to be up here around $16. But you can see how nice this breakout is, once it came down to this apex. And WNR looks real good. If you don't want to get far extended on a refiner, still you can buy TSO, which is in an inverse head and shoulders pattern. I've got the neckline drawn. So there's a shoulder there in July, head in August, shoulder over here late August into September. The breakout, it's pretty much at a breakout right now. If I look at an hourly chart here, you can see what basically needs to happen is it needs to go through maybe 2055 or something, but the volume is picking up. They're getting serious about buying this. So I think TSO, this thing could rally up to 26, 2750. Maybe up to this resistance point up here. So that's even 29. So big move could happen in TSO. So that's still very buyable stock. JRJC, and this is another one of those Chinese internet online finance companies, and it's usually people don't like when stocks break support, but that broke support. As you can see, the support is the red line, horizontal red line, and it broke support on a nice hammer. This hammer is a reversal. Today didn't look so hot, but if we go ahead and look at like a let's look at an hourly chart, you can see that pinching kind of descending wedge, the breakdown below support. And the reason I like that is it hits all these stops. All these guys are putting their stops under $15. It tags those guys. They're out of the game. They get hit. They pick up the shares on the cheap. This bottom over here today did not retrace all the way back to the lows of the 5th. So I like that. So JRJC is one that I've been buying today. And as far as like the 3C goes, if we look at it on the 1 minute, it's going nuts. You can see leading divergence. 5 minute here, total leading divergence going absolutely crazy. Looks like accumulation buyers. 10 minute same deal, 15 minute same deal. Even if I flip over to another version of 3C, this is written with a little different code, so we get some different results. 1 minute leading divergence, 5 minute leading divergence, 10 minute same deal, and there's 15. So you can even see over here where there was a positive leading divergence. It actually called that bottom, and it called this bottom over here with even a better move. So I think JRJC has got some nice upside to it. KSS again, along the lines of these retailers. This is Kohl's. I'm going to back out with like a 3-day chart here. You see the W pattern here, kind of a W, and that's a double bottom, or some people call it W bottom. You can see the green volume over here pick up as it's starting to move through resistance back to a 1-day chart. It broke out today. Volume was so-so, not too bad, but it did break out today through that about 53.50 level, something like that. There's an hourly chart. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You can see real strong close, and the amateurs are playing at the beginning of the day. The pros are trading at the close, so strong close on strong volume. Looks like KSS is going to participate in any rally that we see on the upside as the dollar strengthens and gasoline falls, or oil falls and gas falls. So here's one more retailer, and this is going to be the last one for the night, because I am losing my voice here. And again, this is a 5-day weekly. There's almost a triple bottom or a double bottom or whatever you want to call it, but you can see the resistance line or the neckline that I've drawn, the horizontal red line. So we've got a nice breakout through that. The breakout actually came back, and Friday was an opportune time to buy this stock right over here at about $20. It's still very viable. If we look at the size and scope of this formation, we're going to call that 14 to 20. We got $6. So there's still potentially $4, 20% in LTD. So that's going to be it. Brant from TradeGuild.net.